Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Farmers, be ready this planting season by contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Ware Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
Do you experience pain, tingling, numbness, freezing, or burning in the hands and feet? Does your balance feel off? Tired of sleepless nights? You may suffer from neuropathy. Dr. Andrea may be able to help. Neuropathy is a serious disease where nerves begin to break down, leading to balance problems and other complications. Our program addresses the causes, not just the symptoms. See if you qualify for our neuropathy program at Hornstein Family Chiropractic. Schedule a consult with Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic, 701-672-1300. Hornstein Family Chiropractic, where chiropractic care is a family affair.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fast turnaround, cute designs, and so many options. It's totally made for you. Comfy Vibes Co. Fast, trendy, custom, yours. Check us out at comfyvibesco.com.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with Health Pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
Coaches Show, and it's presented to joining us on Red River Communications Cable Channel 28, our own dedicated cable channel. And welcome again to our first winter season Coaches Show. Now, what'd you do?
Is your mic on?
Well, I don't know. You gave it to me.
I turned it on when I gave it to you, but I have a feeling that it's not on because
No?
Is it on?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
The green light's on.
Do you have it muted or something over there?
I don't know. How come you muted it?
I didn't mute it.
Is that muted? Is that better?
No, there's something going on. See, he's here now. He's here, and we haven't had an issue when he's not here, and now he's back.
Check.
Mine on?
Yeah, yours is on,
Okay, 'cause
unfortunately. We know
I'm
that
not
we
going
can
to be
hear
done
you.
until 7:45. I got a lot to talk about.
You haven't played a game yet.
Let him have the microphone and he can go.
He hasn't played a game yet.
Hey, that camera's backwards there too.
Will you stop it? We have that for a reason.
Oh,
Jeez. Who let this guy in here? Should you? I don't want to have to take commercial. It was working.
Check,
Everything
check.
was.
One,
There we
two.
go. Now what'd you do?
I shut it off and turned it back on.
All right. See, I think it's just him.
It's the black cloud.
I
I
love
think
it.
it is.
I'll leave it outside my pocket. Maybe that
I
will.
think,
come
I
earlier
think that
next
has because that happened before where you put it in your pocket and then it. Yeah. I give you stuff. I like. Don't touch it. Like just
I'll
put
leave
it
it
on.
right there. I'll stand up later.
This is what I have to work with. Whatever.
Where was I?
I have no idea. Should we start over?
Welcome, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show. It's presented to you by
Oh,
Red River Communications, the internet with a human touch. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson. And we're joined here by Jeff Ralph. And he is commonly referred to around here as the Black Cloud.
With good reason.
Because, yeah, you had trouble this evening again.
I just had a feeling like I came in here, I got some stuff done. Let's start a little bit early or whatever, all ready to go. And then I was like, hey, Ralph's not here yet. As soon as I said that, everything just went haywire. Just haywire. I'm earning the money that I don't make right now.
It's hell to be you.
It pretty much is,
Yeah.
but it's all right.
Yeah.
I get by. So
I do want to say,
let's go before we, oh, you gonna say thank you?
I got to say thanks here for the Vikings Cup.
Yep.
Somebody had to go down and watch the, who was it you went down to watch? Play the Vikings?
The Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a birthday gift for my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of thank my daughter for the cup.
Okay. The beverage.
Actually, I bought the beverage.
Oh.
She bought the tickets. I had to buy something.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
But there were. I got 2 cups for you.
You did?
Yeah,
I
because
took
my
one
daughter
home.
said, "Hey, we're gonna take these." I go, "Oh, hey, yeah, I'll give them."
I still have my daily news tumbler. That's still sitting in the kitchen back
Yeah,
there.
but I figure, hey, the Vikings, they're having a whatever season. You need something to cheer you up.
they are having a whatever
Yeah.
season. That's
so I
for
give
sure.
you that.
Yeah.
So, it's all right.
And welcome to Chad out there in the green room.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
here
let me see if I can-
for the coaches show, the first
see if I
winter
can get
coaches
him.
show. He wanted
Yeah,
to come
he's
in and
back
say
there.
hi to Jeff. And
Yeah.
And Yard's not feeling well. He's under the weather tonight, so we're better off having him stay at home and not here with us.
Hey,
infecting
we
us.
don't need to get sick. I got
No.
girls in the gym that aren't
Too
feeling
much going on.
very well, so we don't need that going around.
All right, let's talk some basketball. Hey, by the way, folks, toward the end of the evening here tonight, we're going to have Carson Yagi here, and he's going to wrap up the Cowboys' pretty spectacular football season that they had. So, yeah, we're going to.
might not have
Jeff's
time.
going until 7:45.
I mean-
He said so.
Maybe we could just give Carson his own show.
Maybe that's what we'd have to do.
That'd be all right.
All right, Jeff Ralph, head coach of the boys Huskies basketball squad. Thanks for coming in on a cold Wednesday evening. Appreciate you coming in.
well, it's basketball season, so it's going to snow. We're going to miss school. We're going to miss practice.
Postponements.
Yeah, but you know what? It's good being back in the gym. It's good.
Yep. How many nights have you been back in the gym?
Tonight was practice number 9, I believe.
Is it? Okay.
Because we took pictures on Sunday, so we practiced we just kind of ran some sets, introduced some sets, so we could count that, and then we had our scrimmage Saturday, so that gave us a Saturday, and so we're at 9, so we're good. Some of our younger kids, our 9th grade squad, and C and JV, they're like, they need these practices to get to 9, tonight and tomorrow, so. It's one of those things. It's kind of how the schedule goes. We play this Friday all the time, so it's just a matter of getting them in. But it's so good to be back in the gym.
Yeah.
It's good to see the boys and see how they've improved and just that vibe, that feel, that energy, and it's been pretty fun.
And I think last year you had an 18-10 season, and ended up going to the state tournament as well. So congratulations on all that. And how's it looking this year? What's your optimistic view? What are you kind of thinking? I mean, obviously, and people have probably heard that unfortunately, due to injury, that Landon Ralph is unavailable, so he'll be on the bench with you this year. But talk about what you're foreseeing and talk about Landon a little bit.
Yeah, I think the question without Landon being in, and it was kind of a question for us last year, is how are we going to rebound? And I feel like the second half of the season, we inserted him in the starting lineup, and we started to rebound better. And I think we played better through that stretch. And like you said, 18-10, went to the state tournament. You go to the state tournament, you had a good year.
Yeah, yep.
We were really pleased with how that went, and lost some really good players from that crew. Trayton Mauk and Jackson DeVries, Bjorn Kubala, all did different things, and that's kind of what we're searching for now is who's going to do what they did,
Yeah.
And then what, I think with a couple of those guys, it's like, what do we lose without them in the lineup? We got up to 4 wins last year. We pressed 4 wins, and Bjorn's on the point, and I think he caused 6-8 turnovers all alone. Big long arms, and you wonder, okay, where are we going to get that from this year? And but those 3 special kids that we lost, and but like Joe Caveney said, losing Landon's a killer too. But you know what, we got guys in our practice that we got to coach. So it's disappointing. And disappointing as his dad to not have him in our lineup. But he's gonna do what he can do for us. He's in practice. He's coaching in practice. We give him some duties, and he'll be doing some charting for us at games, and we got to give him something to do so he's not like his old man yelling at the refs the whole game.
Not getting tossed.
Yeah, but he's going to contribute, and it's hard.
Good.
It's hard for him, but I think he's looking at
sure
this
it was.
as an opportunity to do what he's going to do in his future. He wants to teach and coach, so he's going to get that opportunity. But I really like our crew. I think we got some really good seniors.
Before we move on to that, Landon, I
yep.
just saw it on Facebook too, that Landon just had a signing to play football.
Yeah, he did. He's
the next
gonna
level.
Go to Valley City, and
Yeah, good for him.
they're pretty high on him. He went to a couple camps this summer. They saw him, and then unfortunately the injury happened. But they're still excited about him coming on campus, and as a parent looking at what they're saying about your kid, it's pretty rewarding to see. Even though he didn't get to play, they're still excited for him, and all of the other things he does too. So I'm really happy for him and excited for him to see, to be back, as an athlete playing next year. So it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, it will. So congratulations to Landon on that. All right, go on and talk about what you got for seniors and stuff this year and what you're looking forward to on the team.
Yeah, I think arguably one of the best players in Division A, Braden Steffens. The guy can score at every level. What did he improve on last year? Well, he's still got that sweet jumper. He can still get to the rim, but he's so much stronger. Finishing at the rim now could possibly be a dunk. His 3-point shooting is better. He's just a bigger, better, stronger kid, and I think one of the best players in our league. Then you couple that with Jack Gilbertson, a sophomore, who I said to Joe the other day, man, these two are something else.
Yeah.
I mean, we got one of the best guard combos, and these are kids who are not. We play some teams, and I think maybe their prep hoops rankings higher or whatever. Well, they're jacking up 28 shots a game, and Jack and Braden are doing what they're doing. They're going to do it on 12 or 13 shots a game. So,
right.
Within the context of our team, and I think that's really good. Those two, you would look at Alex Cummings inside, just the improvement that he's made. A couple things in practice tonight where he's shooting and ends up getting a tip and taking it the other way and finishing it. And his rebounding presence, that's a question for us. And he's going to have to fill that for us, but I think he will.
I think he will too. I'm impressed with the strides he made last year.
Yeah, his improvement these 4 years of high school have just been great, and he's making our team better. He's making us a better defensive team because guys are out more because they know, I got Al behind me, so I can get out and pressure this guy, and if he gets by me, Al will be there to help me out.
Yeah.
So You know, he's going to be a difference maker for us this year, and that's not, you know, me putting pressure on him. That's just what we've seen in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
He's been really solid. Carter Hockert, you know, we're looking at him to fill that 2 spot where he's going to run the floor for us. Hopefully get a couple of easy buckets in transition, spot up shooter, a kid that is going to have to defend. You know, he's going to have to guard some guys, and you know, I think he's looking forward to that role. He played JV last year, didn't get a lot of minutes on varsity, but now it's his time, and he's looking forward to that too. So another kid that'll have a lot of minutes for us. Garnett Anderson, you know, Garnett's sneaky in that, you know, he's 6'3", long arm, and then you make him a lefty. So now he's got that, you know, that different scoring ability where we ran a baseline out of bounds play him the other day for him in a scrimmage, and for him to get to his left and score, you know, I mean, that was just a big thing where maybe a right-handed kid doesn't make that play. So really 4 good seniors for us, kids who are going to contribute, and you know, we're just excited to see what they can do. It's their chance now. You know, it was those 3 seniors last year. Now they're stepping into their role, and we got some really some juniors who I think are going to push for some time. Aiden Bonchus, you know, about 6'2", 6'3", another long arm kid. The kid can shoot the 3. He can get in the lane and score, and I think that's what we're happiest about. His improvement is his ability to get in the lane, rise up, and shoot a jumper, and something that maybe he didn't have, you know, before. And you know, he's a kid that we think can defend and rebound for us too. Rylan Flax, another junior who just, you know what, if someone wants to get in a shoving match, Rylan's a guy. I mean, he can get guys off the block. He's strong. He's a good rebounder. I really like how he shoots it. I think he's going to surprise some people with how well he shoots it. Finish around the rim. You know, just we got some good kids. There's 6. Then we look at Jack is 7. Cooper Kumo, you know, Trey Mount tormented that poor boy last year for 60 practices, and he's ready now as a sophomore. He's ready. And he had to guard Trey too, so it wasn't just Trey's crazy defense. It was, I mean, he got prepared for what he's stepping into this year, and so much more confident, and he's bigger and stronger too. So another kid that we feel like is going to be able to give us some minutes, and you know, up and down that group of kids, I feel like you know, anybody could step in. We know what we're going to get with Jack and Braden every night, but some of these other guys, I think they'll find their night, they'll have a good night, and then there might be someone else the next night. But I feel like we got a pretty good crew.
Could go easily 8 deep or more.
Oh, I think we can play 8 pretty easily. You know, once you get past that, it's hard to get guys significant minutes, but I think we can get 8 pretty easily. And then I think that 9-10 guy might just be, you know, maybe someone like Cooper and come in and give Jack and Braden minutes, maybe rotate through them in about 4 minutes, and then really not have much of a drop off. I really like how he gets in the lane and finishes, and he can make an open 3 too. So I feel like we really need to play a game. You know, I think that's where stuff is going to shake out. We'll find, all right, here's a piece that we maybe didn't get out of practice, but I'm really happy with where we're at right now.
And that's coming Friday at Thompson already.
At Thompson, you know, I look at their roster online, and there's 3 kids that played last year. I mean, they had a good senior class. They ended up taking 4th at state, big kids. But the 3 guys that played, and then a bunch of names I don't recognize. So, you know, kind of a new team for them. They have a new coach. But I think one thing they still have is size. They got some 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" guys, and you know, that's us. I don't think we're small, but we're just not that 6'6", 6'6", 6'5" inside that some teams have. So our guards are big, maybe is what I should say. But you know, they'll a tough opponent up there. You know, you don't know going on the road how those things will shake out. But I think these guys are excited. They're ready, and like I said, I think there's some guys ready to step in to a different role than maybe what they had last year. So it'll be a challenge for us. I think the thing Friday night you'll see is we're going to probably run through those 9-10 guys and try to get them, especially these first 5 games, some action where we can see, where are they going to fit in and try some different lineups. Coach and I talked about maybe getting Al out of there and going Trey King with our big, and then Aiden Bonchis and Garnett, and then Braden and Jack, and so maybe a little quicker, maybe a little faster lineup, and maybe spread some teams out. Garnett's been knocking down threes, and we know Carter can make a 3, and so I think there's some opportunities to do some stuff like that where we won't be just the same lineup all the time.
Sounds kind of exciting, B-Dub. What do you think?
I know he's ready to get started, so I know what that feeling is like when you spend all this time practicing and then you're ready to play a game. So I don't know. I'd be happy. I'd be ready to go. You got any big surprises to you to start the season?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Kyler Flack's a freshman in our practice and holding his own. Yeah. He's kind of getting Cooper Kumo's treatment from Braden and Jack. He's learning, but Carter Oswalt's had a good fall. I think Austin Fensky came into our practice after a couple of days, and he looked like he'd been there. So we really got a good sophomore class.
That's kind of nice when you get kids like that come in and really help.
Yep. Yeah, and it wasn't like
help in practice.
It wasn't 3 days of getting adjusted to it. He came in and was ready to go. Yeah. And, I think that's big for us to have that. We're ready to go. We do have, like I said, Kyler Flack, a little bit of a hip thing going on, so he hasn't practiced a lot. And then Crosby Anderson, we're still waiting for him to get back. Hurt his shoulder last year and then hurt it in baseball, and I think he'll be back maybe mid-January. So there's another kid that, does some different things for us. So it's probably the worst thing that happened was to sit at home yesterday and not practice and think of 300 things you want to do before that game Friday night. But I think the best thing for us is to play a game Friday night.
You got pretty much enough for C squad and everything?
Oh, yeah.
You got enough numbers there?
We got, I believe we're at 40 kids right now.
Okay.
We got some middle school kids playing on the 9th grade and C squad team to fill out those squads. But yeah, we'll play. 9th grade kicks off their season tomorrow with Shanley at home, and then we'll go up to Thompson Friday night with C squad JV varsity. And I think pretty much everybody has 3 teams for sure.
Good.
So we'll have 3 teams every night, and then our 9th grade will be playing that separate 9B schedule in the FM league. So we're really, there's going to be 40 guys getting playing time every game night.
Your first home game is December 20th against 4 Winds, and then you go to Fergus Falls for a tournament, huh?
Yeah, you know what? 4 Winds, I think they're going to be a pretty good team.
Are they?
They lost a couple of good seniors, but I think the guys they have coming back are pretty good. Morel Dang is a special player, and we did such a good job on him the 2 times we played him. And I think that was a key for them. If he can't score, that really limits what they do. That's going to be a fun game for us that Saturday after school gets out. And then the Fergus tournament, we'll play Henning on Monday the 29th. What do we know about Henning? I'll probably talk to Jordan and see what he knows.
Yes, Jordan,
and then the next day is Casson Manorville. I'd never heard of them. And then I turned the TV on watching Breckenridge state championship game, and here's Casson Manorville playing in the state championship football game. So
they got some athletes.
Honestly, you don't know where that is, but it's down by Rochester, I think. But so we'll have 2 good games.
Is it at the high school?
Yep, at the high school.
Okay.
So it'll be 2 good games for us and 2 good non-conference games. So really an opportunity for us to see what we have. And then that weekend, that Saturday, Devil's Lake. So we're at Devil's Lake. Kind of a rivalry game getting to be where, I think we kind of own in the early 2000s and the teen 2000s, and now they've gotten us quite a few times in a row. So we'd like to see if we could shake that up a little bit with them. A competitive game. They're going to be pretty good too. So
yeah, they will.
We really got a good non-conference schedule.
Good. All right, B-Dub, you got anything else for Coach?
No, I just when you leave, don't touch anything.
I hit the breaker out there when I go out.
All right, Coach, I'm going to give you a Caribou coffee again
Awesome.
from the truck stop out here
You
at
bet.
the Southern Valley Truck Center, and stop out there and see Emily, and I appreciate
I
you
will.
coming in.
You bet.
We do not have a show next week because Brian's got his civic duty, and there's a big meeting coming up here for the city
Yeah, it's going to be
about the rec center.
combo meeting,
Yeah.
park board and city council.
So that's
Get
next
that
Wednesday.
thing done.
Yeah, you can show up if you want to.
Yeah, I know they're asking for public
Yeah,
to
public can show up.
so.
It's a public meeting.
At the Hughes Shelter, right?
At Hughes Shelter, yeah.
So that's on Wednesday, and then
Okay.
of course after that it's Christmas
break.
Eve and New Year's Eve.
Yep.
So we won't see you till next year.
Awesome.
But
Perfect.
we'll have a lot of basketball to talk about.
Yeah,
All
it'll be
right.
fun.
Jeff Ralph, head coach of the boys Huskies basketball squad. They play Friday night up in Thompson. So we got Jordan Christensen sitting out here in the wings, and Ryan Brandt's here already. What's the matter? What did I say now?
7:20, Ralph. Come on.
Well, Watson's going like this.
I'll be quick.
Jordan said he didn't have much to talk about tonight anyway. So, all right, we'll be right back with Jordan Christensen right after this.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Every morning, we start our day with a purpose. To care for each other. Beyond hospital or clinic walls. Helping people feel seen and heard. Because family, friends, and community mean everything to us.
This is who we are, and this is what we care about.
Hey there! So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
That means all the money that we make
cha-ching.
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4 crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdellInnovation.com. Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAN are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
Having the right insurance team will change the way you view insurance. Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm. My staff and I believe insurance is a tool that can help you plan for what can go wrong so you can focus and invest in what can go right.
Amanda and her team are dedicated to serving you and the community. They are local, committed, and a trusted insurance team. See why they've been voted Best Insurance Agency 7 years and counting.
Come see us. We'd love a chance to work with you too.
Smith Motors.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show. It's presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28, our own dedicated cable channel. Don't touch the microphone or you're going to go dead again.
You won't go dead again. I just wanted to make sure that you were working. I had to look down and see.
Yeah, the lights are on.
But don't put it in your pocket.
No, I didn't.
Then when you put it in your pocket, then the buttons get pushed. Do you know how electronics work?
It usually takes a button, doesn't it?
He still operates.
Sometimes it's touchscreen.
He still has a flip phone.
Oh,
so
that's true. Sometimes it's
all right.
a touch screen. That's
It's
true.
okay. He doesn't know what a touchscreen is. He has radio knobs.
I bet you I had my laptop at home for 2 years before I figured out it was a touch screen.
20/20 vision, though.
Right. 20. Chad says 20/20 vision. Yeah. Still needs glasses though.
Now they're over here.
Yeah, I know.
I got them.
I know.
I got them.
Let's try and keep things
Let's
on,
go
on
here.
schedule here.
Well, we got to go because
I
Ralph
know.
took up an extra 5 minutes, so
All right, let's
we got to
go
get
then.
going here. Jordan said he's going to be
for
quick.
that?
We did plan for that, didn't we? So here we go. So anyway, Jordan Christensen joining us here. He's head coach of the Cowboys basketball squad. And had it been a normal year, Jordan, you probably would have had a couple games in by now.
Well, had it been a normal year, we'd have 2 games in, and it should have been 3 with weather. There's all sorts of stuff going on with that right now, but we had to push some of it back, and that was a great thing to have to push those back.
I was going to say, I'm sure it was fun for you as an assistant coach on the football squad there. We're going to talk to Carson a little bit later. He's coming in tonight to talk about the rest of the season and how that all went for him and everything. So we're excited to talk to him, and I'm sure it was fun for you too to get to that level and just be a part of it.
It's fun to see the kids get that experience.
isn't
that was cool. Just to see them.
I mean, that gives me goosebumps just talking
Just to
about
see
it.
them in U.S. Bank Stadium was something I'll never forget. And them winning a game there was that was cool.
Yep,
that was very cool.
All right, but we're here to talk about Cowboys basketball, and again, you would have had a couple games in by now, but you had to delay everything because of football. You got enough practices in. I think we talked off air that you got enough practices in, so you're good to go for Friday.
The state lets us use those football days that we had practice that would have been during the start of basketball, so we're fine there.
All right,
as far as that goes, we did have a practice today, an optional one, so that counts as another thing too for kids that could get here.
So for everybody that was in town or whatever that didn't have to travel too far. All right, so we know the athletes that you had on the football squad. We know what you had last year for a team there, Jordan. Talk about this year. I mean, you're pretty much returning just about everybody, aren't you? I'm trying to think who we lost.
We return a good chunk of kids. We lost Caleb Albertson, Logan Church, and then JD, Joseph Gomez, and Trey Vogelbacher were our seniors last year. So after the WAP game, we lost JD for the year. So that kind of almost works. It worked out for us for this season, but it sucked for last year. But it kind of put Cooper into a different role, and he's going to be. He moved into that, and he's going to continue playing kind of our point guard spot, almost like a point forward for us for this season. Which he's a matchup nightmare in basketball, like he is in football. He's 6'5", can handle the ball, can shoot it. Put him in the post. He's going to score down there. I don't know which guy. If I was another team, I don't know how I'd try and guard him other than try and beat him up. He's solid. And that's probably he'll get a little bit of that, but I think he'll be just fine.
Yep. And then you've got who else you got there? You got Sanchez. You got
Aiden and Levi coming back. They played huge roles for us last year. Both those two are just watching some of last year's film and looking at them in the gym right now. They're just physically bigger and stronger, which is huge. And Aiden's shooting it pretty well, and Levi's now looking at the hoop from the 3-point line, which we need him to do, just to keep the floor spaced. So, and then Charlie Krejci, he shot a lot of threes for us last year, and is starting to really become like a leader with how he practices and just how he carries himself.
That's good to hear.
He's been a I knew he was going to do this, but in football you saw it building and.
And
he's
going
to have a good year.
Avery's going to have another good year, I'm sure.
Avery should have a big year for us. We're going to be without a couple kids game one, just due to some suspension or some ineligibility type things.
Okay.
So we'll be a little bit thin game one, but after that, I think we should be, knock on wood, everybody should be back and ready to go. And no, it's going to be fun.
Okay.
I think to start the year, it's going to be a little bumpy. Trying to do a little bit more offensively as far as giving them a little bit of freedom, but it's going to take a while for them to figure out, okay, like I got some freedom, but what do I do with this?
Yeah, what can I do with it?
Am I just going to jack threes or am I going to get downhill? So
what do you know about Frazee? What do you see in them from years past and current this year?
Every time we play them, they end up playing a 2-3 zone, and they just muddle up the game. and they're good about that. Like they try and they don't let us do what we like to do, which is play as fast as we can and get going up and down the floor. When we can do that, we have a lot of success against them.
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen them twice. They've played they played Staples, and I've got one other film that I watched. I can't remember who they played, but we've got those ones, and we've watched those, and they're a little bit similar to last year.
Okay.
They've got the coach's kid who's really good. He's a stud. Vegan is his last name. He'll be one to watch, and he's one that our defense is going to have to know where he's at all times.
Guard position?
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of two guard for them. And
okay.
But no, it should be one. If we can turn up the tempo and keep the pace going, we should be in a good spot.
All right. Did this season was it stretched out here beginning before Christmas, or does it get all muddled up now because of all the postponements you had to do to start with?
So nothing really gets muddled right now. So we moved the Battle Lake and the Norman County East game to January, and the Perm game, I believe, actually, I think one of them was last week in February. Last week in January. One was first week in February. Okay. And then Perm got moved to the week of the WAP game.
Oh.
So we're gonna have a 3-game week that week, which we usually do. We didn't this year, but now it just made it. We go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I believe the week of the border battle. So it didn't mess up anything right now.
So you're all right so far.
So we're okay for now. Just the weather needs to cooperate.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? All right, B-Dub, you got anything else for Jordan here? I'm going to let him go, but
I just have one question. You have all those boys that played football and they went on this run, to the state championship game. How much effect do you think that has on them mindset wise come basketball season?
Good question.
I think they're going to be a lot more confident than they have been.
Yeah.
I mean, something kind of clicked with them. I really honestly think it clicked week 3 in football, and they're just like, okay, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And I do think we have a lot of the same guys, but
Right.
it is going to be finding that kind of team identity this year, because realistically, like, we had some wrestlers who were huge parts of the football team, and now we're not with those same guys. So who's going to step up and lead, and who's going to kind of be our tone setter for our group? And that's a lot of stuff we've talked about, is how are we going to respond, because football, we didn't trail hardly at all.
Right.
And they're used to, they were used to kind of running it up on teams.
Right.
And when we go to Pelican Rapids, when we go to Perm, not going to work out quite like going to Benson. So how we respond to those sorts of things, being in close games, is something we've really tried to stress, and just keep plugging away. It's not always going to go your way, but how are you going to respond to that?
Yeah, I just feel like those kids being in that and understanding what it takes to reach the championship game, that I think that spills over into
and I
other
think
sports.
they kind of figured out there's a reason coaches are kind of hard on them sometimes.
A little bit.
Like, I think that clicked for some of them. Like, oh, coach is on me because
they know
we need to do this.
Yeah.
And it ends up being a lot more fun if we just get that figured out. And this is a group that our section is loaded. But athletically, if we can be a disciplined basketball team and do things the right way, I think we'll have as good a chance as any. But it's going to be a dogfight of a season. There's a lot of good teams in the area.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play you guys.
I would
think
agree.
you're going to be one of those teams that nobody wants to play.
Yeah.
I think it's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
Hey, we're going to be. Some of our guys, they're still in a little bit of football mode, so I think teams might not want to play us for a couple reasons. We might run some people over.
All right, Jordan Christensen, the head coach of the Cowboys basketball squad. Jordan, good luck Friday, and we'll see you. We'll be there. Three Border Sports will be there. We'll cover that game for you too.
Awesome.
All right, Jordan Christensen, head coach of the Cowboys basketball squad. We got Ryan Brandt, BW Storm wrestling coach, coming up next, right here on Three Border Sports Network.
Our goal is to find the vehicle that fits you, both in lifestyle and budget. Do more with the spacious GMC Acadia, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hardworking GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive experience featuring high-quality service and low-pressure sales. Chevrolet or GMC, the selection is great. And if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Smith Motors, small-town friendly, big-town.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
We know switching banks takes time. But what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name?
Worth it.
Or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds.
Worth it.
A bank that you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees?
It's so worth it.
Switch and see why Bell Bank is worth it. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show, everybody, and it's also presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. Red River Communications, internet with a human touch. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson. B-Dub, how are your Steelers doing?
My Steelers are doing better than your Vikings.
I didn't ask about the Vikings.
I'm just saying, that was my response. You asked me a question, I gave you a response.
Steelers in first place, Joe.
Exactly.
With
Just
A-Rod?
beat- they just beat the
He
Ravens.
was worried about A-Rod before the season even began.
I'm still not comfortable with that.
Aren't you?
No.
With a broken hand, he's still...
I'm still not comfortable with it.
And you got Adam Thielen now?
I know you have one catch. More catches than
That's
you have with the
been all he had in
Vikings.
Minnesota's one.
Yeah, that's about all he had in
I know.
Minnesota for 9
I'm saying,
games or whatever
one
it
game,
was.
he had one catch. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I know.
What? I mean, it is what it is.
Hey, Ryan Brandt's here. We're going to change the
So is
subject.
his
there.
wife.
And so is his wife.
But they didn't ride together.
No.
According to Ralph.
No,
So-
well, she had practice.
I know. She had other things that she had to do. Ralph,
Yeah.
he doesn't know how things work down here because he's usually,
Yeah, he's-
whatever.
no, he'll take up his 45 minutes and then
We
he
know
goes.
how things go. We know that they don't ride together. He was just a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll say.
Well, Ryan Brandt's here, so we'll talk
Yeah.
some BW Storm wrestling, huh?
We should.
Yeah.
I like the hat.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a
Thank
pretty
you.
cool hat. The logo thing you developed a year or two ago, didn't you?
Yeah, actually, my wife developed it, and we stole it from her. So.
Wow.
Yeah. But now us and cross country use it, so it's kind of the universal one now. But yeah,
That's-
she was the one that developed
Well,
it.
we got to give Grace a little cred then.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
All
We
right.
just took it and put wrestling underneath of it. So.
Yeah, she's all right with that, I bet. Well, Ryan, thanks for coming back again this winter and being a part of the show. And I appreciate you coming in on a cold evening here, whether it was with Grace or without Grace. But I appreciate you coming in and spending some time with us. And this is your number what for you?
7.
7 years.
Yep.
And it's been a co-op 5 now?
This is our 4th year as a
Fourth
co-op.
year.
Yep,
co-op.
4th year.
Okay. And I just quick looked at the roster online here today, and it looks like you got a pretty fair roster. You got a lot of kids.
We got
so
27 out this year.
Yeah.
A lot of new kids from 7th grade up to seniors that came out this year. So yeah, a lot of new kids. Our program keeps growing, which is great for us. We keep getting more kids interested in coming out. And we only have 3 seniors this year on our boys team. So, I mean, a lot of kids returning next year for us. So.
So you got David and you got Henry, and the third one is
Luke Anderson.
Luke Anderson.
Yeah. So
sure.
our 3 seniors happen to be our 3 biggest weights as well, which
Isn't that
is going to
something?
leave a little bit of a gap next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are 3 big boys up there, and they're working really hard in practice already.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and kind of unlike the 2 previous coaches that we just had on here, you've already had 1 match and a tournament here with the Unruh tournament this past weekend.
Yep. Yeah, we had Fargo Davies and Barnesville Triangular on Tuesday last week, and we already had our home tournament day in Unruh this last weekend at NDSCS. So yeah, we've been in full swing since the 2nd week in November, but I mean, we finally got our full team back about 2 weeks ago after football got done playing. But before that, we just had our Wapton kids and a couple Breck kids who didn't play football. But we've only had our full team for about 2 to 3 weeks now. So.
Sure. And you go back all the way back to December 2nd when you had your triangular, the thing or whatever with Davies and Barnesville. I see the Barnesville one was a close one.
Yeah. Like we knew Davies going into that. Davies is probably the #1 team in the East this year. They have a really good lineup. They had a couple kids move into Davies from like Fargo North.
Figures, huh?
Yeah, keep getting better. And they had a couple kids move in there, so we knew that they were really good. And like I said, we had Henry and David and Riley who had been practicing for 3 days in total. And Henry didn't wrestle the Davies duel because he would have to wrestle #1 Kent State. We were like, it's probably not. There's no point in us doing that to you at this point. You've only had 3 days of practice. Riley is still nursing an injury from football. Jordan Kappas only had 3 days of practice as well. He's our starting 160-pounder. So we had about half our team didn't wrestle against Davies. But the kids that we did have wrestling, they went out there and they fought really hard. But yeah, the Barnesville duel, Jordan ended up wrestling in that duel. David wrestled in that duel. Henry went out and got a forfeit for us in that duel. So like our team did wrestle in that duel, and the score showed it when we had our full varsity roster essentially out there wrestling for us. So.
Yeah, they showed up pretty well there. And then you had the Unruh tournament here this past weekend. I know there was a lot of the girls wrestled Friday, if I'm right.
Yep.
And then
girls
Saturday
and JV
was the
wrestled
boys.
Friday, yep.
We'll talk about the girls here in a little bit, but you can talk about the boys and how they did at the tournament then too.
Yeah, they responded really well. Like I said, Tuesday maybe didn't go the way we wanted to, losing both those duels, but just getting those extra 3 practices, and you could see, especially like David on Tuesday had to wrestle #3 kid at 172 and lost. Very close match to him, but he was tired after 2 minutes. And then on Saturday, you could see even just 3 more practices how his conditioning changed. In his semifinals match, he went out against the #1 kid in Class B and beat him 9-4. So I mean, he looked way better on Saturday. Looked way more comfortable and kind of groove of things. I know leading up to that weekend, he was even kind of getting frustrated himself because he was like, he's like just not coming back yet, coming back yet because he's still in football mode, like Coach Christensen talked about. So trying to get him back into wrestling mode and trying to get just things clicking were a big thing for us, and I thought they finally started clicking for him this weekend again. Henry wrestled really well as well. He took 2nd. David took 2nd for us. Those were our 2 highest placers at the Dan Unruh. And then Tyler Burchell at 152 placed 3rd for us. Luke Anderson placed 4th for us. Watson Nagel placed 4th for us. Elijah Roberson placed 7th. And Knox Bolte also placed 7th for us. So we had quite a few placers for us, a lot of really good matches for us. And yeah, our guys are just continuing to get better for us. And big thing is just getting them all conditioned. Even with these snow days, it's kind of played a factor into us being able to practice normally. And it seems like we get 2 practices in, then we have to take a day off because of snow or something like that. So trying to get them as many practices as possible right now so we can get back to the shape that we need to be in is probably our main priority. I was just going to mention that. You had to, I think you had to postpone one last night too, didn't you? Yeah, we were supposed to wrestle Red River last night. Obviously, they got hit by more of the storm than we did. So yeah, that one got postponed, sounding like maybe into January. Haven't gotten a full confirmation on that date yet. Okay. So. All right. And I think other than the Unruh tournament, which is kind of considered a home tournament, if you will, you've only got a couple of home meets this year, correct? Yep. And that's kind of in due part to doing more tries this year with our team, just so we could open up the flexibility of having to go to more tournaments and being able to have more duels. Like this year, we added a duel with Kindred and Lemoore at Kindred, just because it's a little closer for us to drive there. We added another duel with Not blanking on my head here. Oh, we kept Valley City and Lisbon's duel. And with Valley City moving to Class B, that was one that we could have maybe dropped off ours. But we kept them as well. So we added essentially 4 Class B teams to our dual schedule this year. But that also means that we have to double up on some duels at the same time and make tries out of them, which, yeah, so we have a home duel on the 22nd against West Fargo High. We have a home duel on the 29th of January against Fargo South.
I think we're covering that one, if I remember right on our schedule. I think we're going to.
Now it'll be Parents' Night and Senior Night as well, so that'll be a fun night.
I think that's the one we got on our schedule. It worked out so we could do that night. So, yeah, you're supposed to have one tomorrow now again with Lisbon and Valley City, like you said. So, how are you feeling about that going into that? Lisbon's always tough, aren't they?
Yeah, Lisbon's always tough. You know, we got to see some of those matchups this weekend at the Unruh, and our guys wrestled fairly well against some of their guys. You know, tomorrow is kind of the same thing. You know, we wrestled 2 teams who aren't EDC teams, and we kind of told them tonight at practice, you know, win or lose, okay, it doesn't really go against us a whole lot as far as if we're going to make it as a team in the EDC this year. You know, we're going to be without a few guys tomorrow. We were talking about this at practice the other day. You know, we've had 1 week of competition. In that first week, we've had 2 guys break their hand, 1 guy tears ACL, and we still don't have Riley back yet. So we have 4 of our starters out in 1 week of competition. So, yeah, we had a rough week last week with injuries. So going into tomorrow, we're a little bit more open than what we normally would be. We're also without David tomorrow. He's down at the All-Star game for football this week. So we're a little short-handed, but, you know, I think with the guys we have, we still have a chance to win a lot of matches against Valley City and Lisbon. So we're just going out there to compete and do the best we can against them tomorrow. So
measure the team, kind of see where you're at with some of the kids, and yeah, that makes sense. BW, you got anything there for Coach?
You talked about, you know, some of your kids kind of getting up to speed. What's the normal ramp-up time to, like, really get in? You know, for us, it's game shape. So what is it to get into wrestling shape?
Yeah, you know, it depends on the kid, but I would say, like, if I'm talking about David or Henry, it probably takes them 2 weeks of just constant practice to get to the shape that they want to be in. And the shape I talk about, like, with them wanting to be in, like, David's shape that he wants to be in is be able to wrestle 8 minutes straight without anybody being able to keep up with him. Which is, and he puts out an incredible pace when he can get to that, and it makes him really hard to beat because in a third period match against somebody, they're huffing and puffing, and he's standing there like he's ready to go for another full match. And same thing with Henry. Since he wrestles up at that 215 weight class, you know, the best shape he can get in sometimes is, you know, if he can make it to the third period with these kids that are top kids in the state just like him, they might be gassing and he's not. So we try to push those 2 really hard, but it takes probably about 2 weeks for them to fully get into shape. And even, like I said before, David on 3 days compared to him on 6 days was way different as far as his condition. He even said, he's like, Tuesday I could go 2 minutes full, Saturday I could go 4.5 minutes full.
Wow.
So.
Didn't take that long.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Before I let him go, I'm going to ask him just quick about the girls wrestling. Again, I looked online and I was impressed with the numbers.
Yeah, they have 12 girls out this year.
And last year, maybe, was there 4?
I think 6. They had
6? Okay.
Yeah, they had 6 last year. They have 12 this year. A lot of new junior high level girls. I think about 5 of them are 8th and 7th graders this year. A couple of them came from our youth program. But for the most part, a lot of them are brand new this year. They're led by Claire Lathrop and Aubrey Boson and Grace Kozowski. Claire and Grace are kind of the 2 of the 3 original starters of it. Cameron Reby is a manager this year. She has a concussion injury that's not allowing her to wrestle. So she took over as a managerial role this year. But they're kind of the leaders of it. And yeah, I watched a little bit of them on Friday between trying to run the tournament, make sure everything was going smoothly on Friday. And Aubrey's looking really good. She ended up taking first at the Unruh at her weight class, and had wrestled a girl from Lemoore who placed 3rd last year and absolutely beat her pretty good. So that's a positive there. Claire took 2nd, Grace took 3rd, I believe, and a couple of the other girls also placed. But yeah, they're looking really good. They got a lot more tournaments on the weekends and Fridays this year. A couple duels in there, mixed in there as well. But yeah, Trayton and Maddie are doing a great job with them.
We're gonna exchange numbers, or at least Ryan's gonna get me Trayton Hout's phone number and stuff, so we'll make sure we invite him after the first of the year. So we'll get Drayton in here to talk about some girls wrestling. So
There
give
we
them
go.
some time too.
I was curious, you know, with girls, and you said you had some younger girls in junior high and stuff like that. Is this strictly weight? Like for where I wrestle at, it's strictly weight. There's no restriction on me being a junior high kid and having to wrestle a sophomore or something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like boys and girls, you could be a 7th grader wrestling a senior.
Yeah.
There is no restriction on age. You know, I know some of like the Fargo and Grand Forks schools have a little bit more leeway with that because they have bigger teams, so they can keep their middle schoolers, unless they're like a really good athlete or really good wrestler, they can keep them on just a middle school kind of schedule or plan.
Right.
We don't get that luxury because, you know, I have to have like Elliot Davis, who weighs 98 pounds, wrestle 107 for me because he's my only kid there.
Wow.
And, you know, he's getting beat up by some of these 7-pounders, but then when we put him out against kids that are his size, he goes out there and beats them up. So it's kind of one of those nice and also not nice things because they get into the room with our varsity guys a little sooner, but then at the same time, they have to go out against some older kids sometimes. I know when we do duels, we do try to match them up as best as possible with skill level, age, and things like that if we can. But when we get to some tournaments, it's not that easy anymore.
Right.
So.
Interesting. All right, Coach. Well, good luck tomorrow, and hopefully things go well with the Lisbon Valley City duel that you got, and hopefully things go well there. And again, like I said, next week we don't have a coach's show, and then it's Christmas Eve, and then it's New Year's Eve after that. So we'll see you after the first of the year.
It sounds good.
And we got Grace Brandt sitting out in the wings, waiting in the green room. Chad's waiting on her hand and foot, I'm sure.
Wake up, Chad.
All right, we'll be right back with Grace Brandt, gymnastics coach, coming up next. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Minn Kota Ag Products has helped farmers with all their agricultural needs as the farming industry has expanded. They provide farmers with all their chemical, fertilizer, seed, grain, and elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. Proud to be a partner in your operation since 1941. Download the MKAP Grower 360 app from your app store today to see current market prices, your tickets, and any essential information for your operation. Thanks for all your hard work.
Welcome to the City Brew Hall in downtown Wahpeton, your food and entertainment destination. Located in the beautifully restored Old City Hall, it's the perfect place to gather with friends and family. Enjoy craft brews, signature cocktails, handmade pizza, and local favorites. Step into the Brewcade, fun for all ages. Play arcade games, interactive darts, and supercharged shuffleboard. Or try your luck with pull tabs, e-tabs, and blackjack across 2 exciting levels of gaming. Don't forget to join our 5 Stars loyalty program and follow us on social media for the latest specials, events, and live entertainment. The City Brew Hall, your food and entertainment destination.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
Welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's presented to you by Red River Communications. Red River Communications, internet with a human touch. And good evening once again, and welcome back, everybody. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson.
You just like saying that, don't you?
Internet with a human touch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a good ring to it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
All right.
I know. I mean, you just. Yeah.
I do.
You never miss it. Let's put it that way.
No, I
You
don't
never,
miss
you
a
never
chance
miss
to say
it.
that.
Never miss a chance.
I think they like it too.
I think so too.
Where was I?
I have no idea.
I was going to say something before I introduced Grace, and I can't remember what it was.
I can't help you with that. I mean, I do a lot of stuff to help you and, make you look good on camera and stuff like that. I can't help you with that.
I can't remember. I can't. I honestly cannot remember what I was going to say.
My mom would say it must have been a lie then, if you can't remember it. That's
No,
what
it
my mom would
was.
say.
I think it was something to do with the game Friday. I was going to try and do some promo here, but we got Grace here, so I was going to just say, hey, we got a game tomorrow night too.
There you go.
We'll talk about that, and then we've got Carson Yagi coming in here in a few minutes. He's going to talk about Cowboy football.
Yep.
And
so you remembered it all.
Kind of coming back to me.
Yeah.
Slow.
Like that 20/20 vision, right, Chad? That's what it's like.
Thank you, Chad.
You need glasses for it. So.
All right. Now we're joined by Grace Brent, and Grace, BW Storm. That's what I was going to say. She's
the logo.
the Storm logo designer.
The logo, yeah.
So that's what I was going to say.
Sure you were.
To preface everything here. Yeah. But congratulations on that design. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks. When I came down, it's my 4th year coaching in the community. I recognize that coaching a co-op, branding is really important, and I think we've seen that across both school districts, I would say in the last 5 years, trying to be more unified in branding and colors and logos, and there were over a dozen Storm logos being used. Some were just pictures of lightning from Google Images, some were really intricate outlines, some had a face on them, some were like a cloud and a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to find something that was clean and streamlined when we think about sending stuff in different logos exactly off to BSN or grippers. You want it to be easy to reproduce, kind of foolproof, and I felt like it was a really streamlined, a clean aesthetic. And with the BW on there, you can throw any program's name underneath, and then we're more unified in our branding.
Yeah, and I think it's on one of the wrestling mats too, isn't it?
It is, yep.
I should have asked Ryan that, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So good for you.
Thank you, I appreciate
it.
it.
Are you getting any money out of it? You getting any royalties?
Not a single royalty, but welcome to the industry, right? That's education. That's how we do it for the kids. We do it for the community. We don't do it for the recognition.
Yeah,
so.
I was just giving you a hard time on that. I wasn't meaning to try to bring up a sore subject, but it was kind of
worries.
fun. All right, on your gymnastics squad, first of all, Coach, let's talk numbers. I think you've increased your numbers here by quite a bit compared to last year.
We have 11 girls on our team this year. Last year we were right around that 4 or 5 number, kind of depending on the meet. So it's been a great year to grow. That was due in part to some co-ops that came through over the summer. We have a gal from Richland 44 who's competing. She's a 7th grader. We're a really young roster this year, but that's something that's really exciting for me as a coach to be able to see that, I have the next 5 years of program growth. And over the next 3 years, we only graduate 3 girls from the program. So we have a high retention rate coming up. But we have a 7th grader from Richland 44, a 7th grader from Wheaton. We picked up another 7th grader from Breckenridge Public Schools this year, another 8th grader from Breck. It's been a great growing year, and I think it's also been really helpful. I took on the head cheerleading coach position at Wahpeton this fall, and so I was able to get a couple of girls who I had worked with for cheerleading this fall to join the gymnastics team this winter.
That's pretty cool. Good for her.
2 hats.
Yeah, 2 hats.
Lots of hats. The driver, the bus driver, the coach.
Yeah, that's true. So speaking of that, the driver part of it, can you still take them in a Suburban, or you got to get something different now?
No, I drive the minibus, and
Are you?
I am behind the wheel of that minibus. Not the first time I've driven a minibus, actually, but it was really exciting to be able to kind of move up vehicles and put in all of those trip requests to Gabe at the bus barn and say, hey, we need something bigger this season.
Do you, and I'm not trying to, last year you had a Russell young lady up here. Is she still with the group?
Yep, she is. She's a sophomore this year.
Sophomore?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, and so the co-op is expanding basically, if you will. And
it's expanded, and when I look at the pre-team and show team numbers coming up from TRG in our community, we'll gain at least 4 girls next year and only graduate 1. So it's a great position to be in as a coach. It makes, going into meets sometimes a tough decision when they cap either at 6 or 8 girls for the varsity all around. You have to be kind of strategic from a point standpoint of who are you going to be putting in for each event. But I love that we have this younger talent coming in. We have a couple of really strong mentors on our roster this year. So I think the next 2 or 3 seasons are going to be really formidable for us.
So you have a girl from Richland 44.
Correct.
Wheaton. What's your reach? Like how far can you go?
We can go pretty much as far as schools are willing to co-op with us. We can't get into Fargo. We did look at co-oping with Kindred, and actually one of the students that was going to be there at Kindred ended up transferring to Richland 44, so we just changed the co-op paperwork. But I think Kindred is generally about that boundary line, about as far north as we'll go.
That's still a long way.
Yeah, we're co-opted formally with Hankinson as well. So I did some posting and recruiting down there. We have a 5th grader currently down there, so in 2 years she could do high school.
So you're already on the books with Hankinson as a co-op?
Yep, we're on the books already with Fairmount and Hankinson, Wheaton, Campbell-Tinta, Breckenridge, Rossholt, and Richland.
Wow, I didn't realize that you could go that far. I suppose if they don't have a program, it really doesn't matter. But
it doesn't. Yep. If they're willing to, and it really just kind of comes down to, is it something the district wants to do, and is it something parents are willing to do?
So how's that work for practice then? Like, let's say you did have a kid from Kindred. Okay, so how does that work?
So we practice from 4 to 6 at the gym, and if students need to get there at 4:10 or 4:15, they're not penalized for being tardy. But we practice from 4 to 6 o'clock, and my gals that come from out of town, especially with weather, I mean, that's always up to parent discretion. If they don't feel like kids should be on the roads, they will not be penalized for not being there.
Right.
But the transportation is a big part of the co-op. The onus is on the families to get the students to the gym or to Wahpeton High School for pickup on meet days. We can't go and pick them up.
They have to come here.
Yep, so like my Wheaton gal has to get driven here, and as a 7th grader, right, that means mom or dad has to take off work or try to get him here over lunch. So we're just kind of strategic about our scheduling and our timing. I can pick up kids at the interstate exits going north. And so that's been a pretty easy way for me to pick up my Richland gal. I just stop at the Walcott gas station exit, and mom drops her off. She gets on the bus, and we keep rolling from there. But, yep, kids just come in 10, 15 minutes late, but they jump right into practice.
That's crazy.
All right, I want to, maybe I'm going too far into the weeds on this, but is there a financial responsibility from each other school district? Because do they help pay for transportation to meets and things like that?
My understanding,
salary.
Is that there is a fee assessed that's just a flat co-op fee, and the district that is choosing to join our co-op, so for example, Richland 44, as a district they can choose, are they going to assess the families who are joining this sport the fee and disperse it amongst, let's say, 3 kids or 3 families, or are they as a district just going to cover the cost? So that's kind of part one. The second part is that at the end of the season, we have to turn in paperwork for the co-op saying, these are the tallies of who's from what school district, and then based on the conversations I've had with Dr. Woods, it's just broken out percentage-wise. If we have 1/3 that come from Wahpeton, we're covering 1/3 of those costs, and it's just kind of a post-process invoicing system.
Learn something new every day.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Especially when Grace is here.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, so you got Justice and Christian coming back this year, and with some of your quote-unquote veterans. And so you had a couple of meets already back in December 2nd. I think you had a meet, and you went to Sisseton, and I think I saw some pretty good results down in Sisseton.
Yep, Sisseton's our first meet of the year every year, and it's kind of a great meet for us to get those first, early season jitters out, especially with so many young girls. High school gymnastics meets run a little bit different than club gymnastics, so seeing how the warm-ups work and the order of events. It's a smaller meet, so it feels like it's a little bit less pressure. It moves a little bit slower. It's easier for them to take things in. We had a couple who had to get, just some sit time out of the way, and that's a great meet for them to serve a sit before we're getting North Dakota feedback, which is really what we want to see. It's very specific to North Dakota's rules and scores. But we did have a couple of PRs that happened. So when we were down in South Dakota, Elise PR'd on vault, which is exciting to see early on in the season at your first meet. But we also had some really good showings from our younger gals. I was surprised to see some 4s and 5s being scored on bars and on beam. A lot of growth to be able to get through going forward in the season. But I'm really excited to see what both Justice Christian and Elise Scoville can do kind of as our team captains and his leadership
I said
this
Justice
season.
Christian. I should have said Elise as well. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
I did screw that up somewhat. So, yeah, I did see some of the PRs, and like you said, you know, if you're setting PR already here in the first one, let's look forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, it was exciting. We worked this summer with Elise on upgrading her vault, so that upped the start value of her vault. It was 0.2 higher than the vault she had been competing last season, and so there's just a larger opportunity for points and scores. And I think the hard work that she put in during the off season really paid off. She saw the fruits of her labor from June and July and early August come to fruition, and she PR'd at both the Sisseton meet, and then we grew on that PR at the Dickinson meet.
At Dickinson, and you were just out to Dickinson, and you fought the weather to go out there.
Yes, we did. It was an 8.5-hour drive to come back on Saturday.
That's
but
your
we
favorite
made it.
kind of trip, Brian.
I hate those long trips.
As a driver, as a athlete, as a coach, everyone just wants to be home, and that's the tough part. But you'd rather be safe and make it than
But some
get
more
stuck.
good results out in Dickinson that you were happy
Absolutely. We
with.
had some really great showings at Dickinson. We came out strong with the rest of our team. Everyone was eligible to compete. And so we grew from a 92 as a team score to a 116.650 for a team score. That was some great growth. We saw for the first time North Dakota specific judging and score feedback. The differences might seem small or nuanced to people who are unfamiliar, but like when we were in South Dakota, one of my girls had a pretty significant deduction because she didn't have 7 skills in her bars routine. And that's a South Dakota rule. In North Dakota, you only need 5. And so that can be, several points worth that she lost out on.
Sure.
That we just kind of have to give ourselves those reminders when we're competing in South Dakota. But being in Dickinson, it was great to see some judges from the West. A lot of our meets this season are going to be out West. We have a lot of travel. Dickinson was this week. We go back to Dickinson for state. We're in Minot, in Bismarck. But it was great to see our girls really acting on the feedback that we got, taking it to heart, thinking about what are those goals that they have during the competition. What is one thing I challenge them each meet? What is one thing you want to improve on your given events? How are we going to make it happen? And just kind of keeping that as their frame of reference, I think really showed.
And then you go to Bismarck tomorrow, speaking of the West.
Yes, we have a day
tomorrow.
trip to and from
So
Bismarck
hopefully the
tomorrow.
weather.
Weather pending, potentially. We'll see what tonight and tomorrow holds. They're supposed to get some snow and freezing rain and then back to snow. So we'll see. All 10 teams in the state, though, are supposed to be there. So they have awards scheduled for 10:30, 10:45 tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, yep. We start at 5 and we should be done by 10:30, 10:45.
Are you spending the night or are you coming back yet?
Nope, we're coming back.
Oof. That's a trip.
It is a trip. I think we should be back maybe between 1:30
And you're the bus
2:15.
driver besides.
I am the bus driver and the first hour teacher on Friday morning.
Oh man, that's going to be a long day for you on Friday.
It will be, but we have some pretty limited options, unfortunately, this season for going to meets, given the way the calendar shook out this year. I know both schools have about 2 weeks off over winter
When's your
break.
home meet?
We have a home meet. We were supposed to have a home meet actually on Friday of this week, and we had to cancel our home meet because Fargo is not ready to compete. They're the only other team in the EDC, and they didn't have a coach up until a couple of months ago. Mike Merritt actually retired from coaching in Fargo in 2014. He was the head gymnastics and girls diving coach for the Fargo Public School District. And he had retired, and they coaxed him out of retirement to come back and coach this season. He's been driving bus for the gymnastics team the last couple of years. But they coaxed him out of retirement, and he has 6 girls who have never done gymnastics before.
Wow.
So, and it's not an easy sport to jump into, no pun intended. There's a lot of skill, a lot of strength, a lot of technique that goes into it. And so that's been a pretty big learning curve for the team.
So all right, I was going to let you go here, but I got to ask this question now. When you say that there's only 6 girls in Fargo that have probably not done anything, are they all going to like the gold gymnastics or whatever they call them, the
American Gold?
Yeah, American Gold. There you go.
Yep,
Is that
so-
what they're doing now? They're all going that direction?
So
Giving up on high school stuff?
a lot of high school gymnastics has been really pushed by club gymnastics in the state of North Dakota. And I have girls on my team who do both club and high school, and we make it work. It's just that the same rules apply for high school gymnastics as they do for like AAU basketball and high school basketball. You can't compete during season or you have a 6-week suspension. So my girls did their last club meet on November 16th, which was a Sunday. November 17th, that Monday, was our first sanctioned practice date. And then they'll go back and they'll compete in club meets starting in March, the first week of March when we wrap up our high school season. But there's such a large club presence and there's so many club opportunities in Fargo that it's really pulling these girls. If anyone is interested in getting a D1 through 3 or even like an intramural spot on a gymnastics team in college, you have to do the club scene. There's really not a lot of, there aren't really options for high school. And, you know, in large part, that is disheartening from a coach's standpoint, right? That,
absolutely
that high school sports and activities offer such a unique opportunity for students. It's incredibly equitable. We can provide an expensive activity to students and families at a pretty low cost, but that it's just not the market for college gymnastics. And that's the reality of it. But we're excited to hopefully host Fargo next week, Friday. We have a home meet. Northwest Stars out of Stanley, Ray, Tioga, Williston area is making the trip. So they're going to come down and compete at our home meet next Friday at 5 o'clock at Three Rivers Gymnastics. And then we have another home meet on January 30th, same time. It's supposed to be against Fargo. And then because of kind of the shakeup with Fargo, we're also hosting EDC again this year. So we had it back-to-back years. We just didn't know kind of how that would end up working out.
Yep. Wow. This busy young lady here, man. This is. I'm tired just talking to her.
I know. She's got like 9 jobs.
My husband would actually agree with that, unfortunately.
And you're supposed to go meet him somewhere now after this. So
he went to the next meeting.
So. Yeah, he went to the next meeting.
He went to the next meeting.
Yeah, we taught today, and then we both had practice. I had the school board meeting, then we had coach's show. And in June, my husband and I actually took a group of 12 students from the community to Rome for 12 days through St. John's as part of a pilgrimage in our youth group. So I teach youth group on Wednesday nights, and then we are going to Rome in 2027 again with another group of students. So we have a fundraiser I'm coordinating right now. So we have a meeting.
Never stops.
At 8:30 at the church. So
well, there you go. We'll let you go then so you can get going to that.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity, the support, the time.
Yep, we'll see you back after the first of the year.
Absolutely.
All right, Grace Brandt, head coach of the BW Storm Gymnastics Squad. Busy, busy folks. And we got a treat coming up here next. We got Carson Yagi coming up. He's going to talk about some Cowboy football and their trip to U.S. Bank Stadium. Coming up next, right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Primary care mean to us? At Sanford Health, it means being there when and where you need it most. It means building a relationship, because when a provider really knows you, they can deliver the best care for every aspect of your health and your life. So what does primary care mean for you? It means understanding your health for today and for where you're headed next. It means a lifetime of care for a lifetime of you.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738 or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Wahpeton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wahpetondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
No matter the time of year, there's never a bad time to get your ride sparkling at All Seasons Car Wash. pride deserves to shine all year round. We'll see you at All Seasons Car Wash.
We offer the greatest broadband that anyone can subscribe to. And that's because of the infrastructure that we have been able to build over the last decade. You know, we're talking 10 gigabit per customer. That's the network we're building. There's days I think about what's the network going to be after I retire, where it continues to evolve. And if it evolves as much as what it has in the last 73 years, we can't even dream what it's going to be in the future.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Farmers, be ready this planting.
Welcome back, everybody, to Three Borders Sports Network, and this is the Giants Coaches Show, and it's brought to you by Interstate. What am I saying?
I have no idea. I
can't
help you with that stuff.
Cable Channel 28.
All I can do is push buttons over here so that people can hear you. I have no control over what.
Chad's in the green room, keeping an eye on everybody.
He's doing his best Yards impersonation, is what he's doing.
Yards is not here.
So
hopefully he's doing well.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, I know. You don't even have the TV on. You mean what kind of green room host are you? Yards is watching, so he's gonna have something to say about it. So
Yards usually turns the TV on.
Yeah, we got to go. We got to get him.
I know we got to get Coach Yagi taken care of here, and I'll tell you what, it's our first winter's show, but. I told Brian when things were going on and we were done with the coaches show for the fall, and I said, we got to have Carson back on and talk about the year. And
I appreciate it.
Talk to Carson and see how he felt about everything. And first of all, let me say congratulations from myself, Brian, and Three Borders Sports. Again, congratulations on the season you had. A completely unblemished record until the final game of the year, and 13-1 season. Just recap it, Coach. I don't know what else to say. I mean, how fun was
Thank you very much. No, that's exactly right. It was fun, and I think the part that just makes you enjoy it so much is every day when you go to practice. Because I mean, all right, you guys see the Friday games, but it's it's all sports. I mean. 95% of your time, 99% of your time, whatever it is spent at practice or in the film room with them or in the weight room with them. And there was just an energy and affection about these kids that they were just such a joy to be around. I mean, there was never any, God, these two kids are giving us problems, or this kid's not doing what he's supposed to do consistently. And, well, how do we play this kid when he's causing issues in the school and, he's the main part of our team? There was none of that this year. And I mean, it was just a mature group that was just smart with what they did. They lifted each other up all throughout the season. When someone would make a mistake, they'd be right there picking them up. And you know what? Hey, taking responsibility for it. Someone misses a block. Hey, running back says, that's my fault. Or we fumble the football. The next person takes responsibility. Hey, that was my bad. I didn't get you the football good enough. And then all of a sudden, it just led to. When there was those moments of success, it was never, oh, look what I did. It was, you guys allowed me to do it. I mean, David Erlinson, one of the most selfless kids of all time, had all the reason in the world to sit there and talk about all the rushing yards he had, but he never once said that. It was always, look how well the offensive line is doing for me. Look at Charlie Cragshaw blocking 40 yards down the field. It was just all those little things about it that you sit there and you preach and you preach and you hope you get a team that fully buys into it, and that's exactly what they did. And it was just such a joy to be around every day. I mean, the amount of things we threw at these kids every day. I mean, there was times where it was like Riley Kappas would get his play sheet, and he'd look at me and says, "Coach, that entire play doesn't fit on the sheet." And I said, "I know it doesn't, but you remember the play." So I said, "No, it would." Tell them, and they all knew what to do. Because they were just such a smart group of kids that, they were fully bought in, and they love doing it.
It's fun to see you talk about it now. You know, you can look back and you've had a couple weeks to reflect a little bit here, and we'll talk about U.S. Bank and all that stuff here in a little bit. But Jordan Christensen was on earlier, and of course he's one of your assistant coaches. And he mentioned something here I wanted to get to you on, and I don't know if you heard his interview or not before you came in, but anyway, he mentioned he thought the light bulb all came on in those guys in the third week. And he said you could see, like in the third week of practice in that game that week, and I don't know if that was against Parker or who it was. Frazee. And he said the third week, the light bulbs came on, and he said you could just see those kids saying, you know, we got something special here. And I think you can reflect on that too as well.
And I mean, it was kind of, what do you want to say? Early in the year, it was such a feeling out process of, okay, we know we had so many kids back from the year prior that played a lot of football, and we know what we're going to get from this kid and this kid. And kind of all throughout the first 4 or 5 weeks in the year. I mean, all right, game one, Riley Kappas is a really good game. Running the football. Game two, all of a sudden Cooper Roberts has an unbelievable game out wide, and it's like, well, we know how good he's going to be now, and we know how good Riley's going to be, and then all of a sudden game three, the offensive line, I mean, completely manhandled a very, very physical Frazee team, and it was like, okay, we're a lot better up front than I think we expected to be at this point in the season, and then all of a sudden it was week 4. To where it was the OTC game, and Gabe Armitage had an unbelievable game.
Yes.
And it was kind of just like one little thing after another. Week 5, what did we do? What was that? Lake Park, maybe?
Probably, yep.
Or Wadena?
Yep.
I can't remember. But it was kind of just like one thing after another to where, you know, one more kid just kind of kept stepping up, and you know, once they stepped up and you know took a bigger role on the team, it was almost like they never gave it back. I mean, Connor Ernst defensively, how much he grew from a sophomore to a junior, and ended up being, you know, one of the main keys to our defense. Not only as a talented guy during the play, but he could call our entire defense. I mean, he was the guy that we entrusted as a junior to, you need to get the signal, you need to communicate to every one of these guys, and hey, our 4 defensive linemen are seniors, but you need to make sure that they're in the right spot. You can't let them tell you what to do. You got to be the one to take ownership of it. And it was just kind of small things like that throughout the year, to where it was just, you know, someone just rising to the challenge, and all of a sudden at the end of the year it was like, this is fun, we're rolling.
That was so cool. So you get through your sections, and you win your section, and you go on to the state tournament. The first game you meet Barnum. What did you know about Barnum? I mean, coming into this thing, I mean, they're from they're up in Arrowhead up there somewhere, aren't they?
Yeah, up by Duluth.
So what did you know about Barnum, if anything, and what did you expect? You went down to Morris.
Yeah, we went down to Morris, and so we always go up to Bemidji team camp, and there was a couple of years in a row where Barnum went there, and it was like, okay, so hey, we kind of met the coach before. I knew the head coach a little bit just from talking at that camp, but I mean, other than that, it was like, God, you really never know, because you can watch their film, but it's, well, how good's that team compared to, you know, Parker's Prairie?
Okay.
It's so tough to tell when there's no common opponents, no similarities to, you know, I mean, hey, they look like they're physical. Are they actually physical, or is the other team just not? So, I mean, you never really know. And, I mean, Barnum, by no means were they a bad team at all, but it was just, from the very first kickoff, it was our night of football. I mean, kind of everything seemed to go our way right away, and then, you know what, as that snowball effect starts happening, to where, hey, Riley busts that big run right away, David gets the ball back, we get them to start reeling, and, you know, in the cold weather, they fumble it, and we're able to, you know, jump up 14-0 before the game really starts, and then, it's kind of funny that, you won the game, you know, 50-14, whatever it was. But it's funny to say that it almost turned into the Charlie Egeman show. With just every time we were kicking off, to where it was like you never knew what was going to happen. Yeah. I mean, he did an unbelievable job on our first onside kick. I think when we got up 14-0, kind of momentum going, and then the next time around, he does a great job of putting the ball in a super tough spot for them to catch it. So then all of a sudden, after like the second or third one, you could tell their kids were nervous to be out there, and he was just finding someone and like not only like making an easy catch for them or kicking it at someone, but like put like different stuff on the ball so like it hit the ground and bounce the opposite direction. And like just what he was able to do that game was amazing to watch.
That's cool.
And then like with that, you just kind of got to see more and more kids just, hey, get a moment to play football in those types of games. And that Morris atmosphere, I don't know if you guys were down there or not.
I could not make it
that was one of the coolest things because so the Morris field, it's kind of down in a bowl.
Yep.
And it's not like a normal high school field where you got a track behind. It's your sidelines right here, and right behind you is the bleachers. And the Breckenridge crowd. Granted, they only had an hour drive versus Barnum having a 4-hour drive, but I would bet if the roles were reversed, we'd have that exact same crowd there. And it was unbelievable how packed that stadium was, how loud they were, and just the environment it turned into, and almost a party at that point when, the tide kind of started to get going. And it was just such a fun night to be able.
That's cool. Yeah, you could tell there was something special that night too. All right, so now we're going to U.S. Bank. First of all, what did you think? I mean, had you ever been, other than a Viking game or something like that, had you ever been there in any kind of a competition?
No, never.
Atmosphere?
Never really been down there a part of it. And so, I mean,
so everybody was excited, I'm sure.
Yeah, and in the nicest way possible, that Saturday game down there. So the Vikings had a home game Sunday.
Correct.
So the Bears were there on Saturday. And it was an absolute disaster for us before the game.
Tell me about that.
So they kicked us out of the locker room, so we didn't have a locker room. And it's like, hey,
was that the Bears locker room or something?
Yep, it's a visitor's locker room that we use. Yep.
Oh, wow.
So we actually, after the championship game, we were in one of the I think we were in the visitor's locker room after the championship game, and all of a sudden one of the kids comes walking out of like one of the training rooms or something, and he's got the Bears' entire call sheet. Versus the Vikings. It's like, okay. it was pretty cool to see. It was pretty interesting.
I bet it was.
Yeah, we saved that one.
Wow.
But, so we get there and, they're strict on, it's only an hour 45 from you get here. You're going to have to wait outside if you're here before that. And we're there like an hour 50 early. And all of a sudden it's, they'll make us wait for an hour 45. And then all of a sudden it was, it's an hour 30. Are they going to let us down into the unloading dock? And no, sorry, the Bears are down there and the other team's down there, so we need them to clear out. It's like, we got a game to play here pretty soon. So we finally get down there, get unloaded, and it's full airport security. You got to go through the metal detector. Everything's got to go through the scanner. Then, your locker room's not ready. It's like, we get a locker room? Well, no, it's the family staging area.
No.
It's like, okay, all right. So then we have to sit, and all of a sudden it's like, we get into the locker room at the start of the second half of the game before, and our kids start putting the stuff on, and hey, we need your captains, come to the coin toss. And I look at Henry Slededall and Levi Christensen, and they got like half the stuff on they normally wear for a game.
Man.
It's like, this is like, everything's just rushed at this point. And so then finally, normally you have an hour warm up. I'm sorry, it feels like I'm complaining at this point, but normally you have an hour warm up, and it's like, no, you got a 20-minute warm up, but then we need you all lined up at 3 minutes on the clock so we can do the pregame stuff. So it's like you do a 30-year normal warm-up, this, that, and it's like, at this point, why even do it? Just go kick that ball off and go.
Yeah. That had to be a whole routine thing that just, it had to be something else.
It was, you didn't want to feel like you're panicking, but it was like this does not feel like it's going smooth.
No.
Like you kind of want everything to be in rhythm and you're relaxed, and especially in playing in a game like that where it's like, the kids are amped up, and you're jittery and excited,
absolutely.
and it's like here it's just kind of like trying to rush you through to the next thing and hope you're ready to go.
So did this help you at all then going into the championship game then when you got to that point?
I think so,
as far as
we had already been,
we know what we're going to expect. We're going to get stuck in this and we're going to get stuck in that and then hurry up and do this.
Yeah, it did, because it was, hey, we know when we get there, all right, we got to go through all this stuff, so let's organize the bus, and we don't need to bring that in, that, 'cause there's this. And so, and then the championship too, we had all the time in the world to warm up because we're the first game of the day. So that was really nice.
Right. That's right. Yeah,
so we could kind of get back to our normal warm-up schedule. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, of course, I went down the semifinal game, and it was fun to be there just on that Breckenridge side, obviously, and I don't know what it sounded like on the field down there, but it was pretty loud. I mean, I was very impressed with the crowd that you brought down there, and unfortunately I couldn't be there championship day, but it just, the travel people, everybody just traveled so well for you.
I mean, the support that we get in this community, in both of these communities, are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wherever we went, whether, I mean, on a Wednesday or Friday night, week 4 in Wadena, when it's raining on us, I mean, there was still a Breckenridge crowd there.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Fargo Dome was the same thing. Morris, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
That was just consistent across it, and every week we just had more and more people showing up to support this team. And I mean, I know how much every one of those kids loved it, looking up into the crowds and seeing that place pretty dang full and full of green for them. And I mean, that semifinal game, I mean, just trying to talk to the players on the field.
I bet.
Could not hear a word we were saying to them.
Yeah.
They were like, looked at us after, like, I don't know. How am I supposed to?
What'd you say? And I'm sure it just, the awe factor, you know, the wow, I'm here factor probably disappeared after the first few minutes, I'm sure.
Yep.
But that warm-ups and stuff had to be pretty cool. I'm on the same field as the Vikings and the Steelers and whoever warming up on, you know.
No, I think
that had to be.
That's exactly right. And then not only you're so nervous you go into those games and you're unsure if you're going to play well and make plays, and then the way they started that semifinal game where David gets a big run to start.
Yes.
Up front, we start the game off really, really physical, and then Riley pulls up and throws a great pass to Charlie Krejci. It was his first receiving touchdown on the year too. So all of a sudden, in a big moment, because we were throwing down to that corner of the end zone during warm-ups, and the sun shining through the roof. And I think it's Cooper Roberts comes back to me and looks, and he's like, I don't know, I can't see anything. Don't throw it there. Okay. So then all of a sudden Riley pulls up and makes a great pass to Charlie.
Yep.
And it's like, oh no, is that going to be right in the sun? And Charlie does a great job coming down for it. So he gets his first receiving touchdown at US Bank Stadium and gets the game going with that. And I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
these kids are ready to go. It doesn't matter where we're playing. They're locked in and having fun.
That's good. One of the last things I want to ask you here, Coach, is, you know, you hear about the Bison and how they talk about every year when you go to the playoffs, you get that many more weeks of practice. How valuable was that to your youngsters now, getting that extra couple weeks of practice in?
You know, I think you can't explain how much extra, you know, couple reps gets them in the grant. But then also with it too is just the confidence of, hey, we can do this. But then you know what, you just sit there as a coach after something like that, where hey, you were able to get all these kids down to US Bank Stadium. You were able to get them to be a part of something really, really cool. And it's, okay, how do we make sure that these kids aren't satisfied with that? Hey, the last game didn't go the way we wanted. It's all right, I've been a part of it once. I got to do whatever I can to get back to it, and you know, find a way to hopefully push us over the top, instead of having the mindset of, well, we've done it once, we don't need to work as hard. I've already had that experience in my life, and you know, it's just something that, hey, it's the next little challenge that we got to go through, and we got we got 13 seniors that we're gonna have to replace for next year, and it's gonna be very tough to replace all those kids, but I mean, it's excited to see the next group of kids to step up, because I mean, this group of seniors, when I took over as head coach, they were all sophomores, and we graduated 15 seniors from the year before on a team that went to the state tournament, and it was, I guess, trial by fire with this group. So I'm really excited to see the next group of kids step up.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, one last question from me, and then I'll turn it over to B-Dub, see if he's got anything for you. When you put your head on the pillow at night, what's your favorite memory of that whole run?
God, that's a regular season wise. I really think it's the play that sticks out in my head is Cooper Roberts' touchdown catch versus OTC.
Yes.
In the first quarter, put us up 14-0. I don't know. I thought that was kind of just a cool moment of, God, what?
Just a smile on everybody. I mean, just the gratification, I'm sure, too, isn't it?
Truthfully, I think the play I've thought about the most from the whole state tournament run is that last QB kneel with Lawson on the field.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing all those kids turn around and not not start celebrating and running to the sideline and celebrating with their teammates over there, but to just give Lawson kind of just one more hug to.
Yeah.
He got back to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got on the
hear
field one last time. He was able to address that game. And
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if our athletic trainer, Janie, was all that thrilled with us when we said, okay, we'll put you in here on this last one. But I mean, just seeing all those kids turn around and embrace him on that, I thought that was really cool.
That was very cool. That was a very cool moment.
Yeah.
All right, B-Dub, what do you got?
You kind of stole my question a little bit.
Sorry, man.
So I'm gonna try and rephrase it a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I was gonna ask what's the one lasting experience that you're gonna take away that you remember, but is there one play call from the season where you look back on that and you go, yeah, that's exactly the way that it was supposed to go?
You know, I don't know if it was the way it was supposed to go perfectly, but that deep shot to Cooper Roberts in the Fargo Dome against Parker's Prairie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To where I mean,
yeah,
we're calling that play flat out because we know Cooper Roberts is a dude, and it's like if we give him a chance, I got full faith in the world that he's going to go make a play on it.
I mean, that was a heck of a play call.
Riley threw it out of the end zone.
Yeah.
And I mean, every one of the kids, because I mean, Riley took his time on it. They were double teaming Cooper.
Yeah.
He let the first kid get off the double team. To all of a sudden, he's got a guy over top of him, and it's one-on-one. He holds the backside safety off by looking to the left and coming back to the right. Takes his time. The offensive line does a phenomenal job protecting, and then it's just Cooper making a play. And it's like I mean, go ball. Simple as it is. First play you put in the playbook.
Yeah.
But it was just trusting the kids.
Right.
I mean, and having full faith in the world that, hey, you don't need to sit there and try to outsmart them, this and that. Everything comes down to, it's all about the players.
Yeah.
And if we don't trust it, and I'm in my first couple of years, I've really felt back or felt like watching back the year, there was times where I just didn't trust them. Hey, I think we should have given this kid a chance more. And it was kind of like, you know what? We know we got a dude, let's use him. And it was just a dude being a dude in that moment. And I mean, that's what you kind of hope and pray for, is your players step up when you need them to.
I just feel like there's nothing better as a coach to be in a situation, and as a coach, we know we have a play call or a play that we know should work or can work, but to call it in the right situation and have the kids execute it perfectly, there's nothing better than that. And that's a perfect scenario for it. So pretty good.
Very much so. All right, Carson, again, congratulations to you and the boys on a great season.
Thank you very much.
It was fun to follow you as far as we could, and one we're going to remember for a long time.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate all your support.
Hopefully there's more to come.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll get that going again next year. All right, Carson Yagi, head coach of the Cowboys football squad. We got one coach left, and that's Brian Watson. We got to talk to him about some Lady Husky basketball right after this.
Contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Ware Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
Do you experience pain, tingling, numbness, freezing, or burning in the hands and feet? Does your balance feel off? Tired of sleepless nights? You may suffer from neuropathy. Dr. Andrea may be able to help. Neuropathy is a serious disease where nerves begin to break down, leading to balance problems and other complications. Our program addresses the causes, not just the symptoms. See if you qualify for our neuropathy program at Hornstein Family Chiropractic. Schedule a consult with Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic, 701-672-1300. Hornstein Family Chiropractic, where chiropractic care is a family affair.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Turnaround, cute designs, and so many options. It's totally made for you. Comfy Vibes Co.
Welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's brought to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. And I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson. We're the owner-operators, I guess, if you will.
Owner-operators, I don't know, LLC, what?
Chad's just there.
Yep.
Chad's back in the green room there. We'll flash him up there on the screen real quick. Yep.
Well,
Yards is sick, so you got it under control.
We don't want him giving us the crud, so.
No, we don't want Yards bringing us anything. He's going to have to run camera for me on Friday night, though.
You better disinfect everything afterwards.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You might have to sit way over on the end, like in the middle of the
You
sign.
can sit further away.
We'll put him at the. We'll put Yards down at the end or something.
Oh yeah, camera anywhere, yeah.
We're gonna have to
put him down on the floor.
Hey, we can put him down on the floor in front.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Let's talk some Lady Husky basketball. You guys got a couple games in already, and
we did.
You know, you had a. I don't want to say a 500 season, but a little less than 500 season last year. So I think you were 10-14, if I remember.
We were
right.
10-14, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We finished really well. We won like 7 out of. We had a stretch where we won like 7 out of 8.
Yeah.
Something like that. We won 8 out of the last 12 or something like that.
You won one in Region 1, and then tough loss at the end there to finish it off. And, ball out, but again,
some injuries
and those kinds of things, and all right. So now you've already made the long trip here. You made one of your long trips for the year. You went out to Minot already.
This year. We got a couple this year.
Yeah. So you went out to Minot again, similar to last year. You did not play South Prairie this year.
No, our 2-year run is up. We're playing South Prairie and Stanley. So we'll play 2 different teams this year. Hopefully, I think it'll be that way next year too, and then. Hopefully we can play, a different team, after that too as well. It's a good trip for us, though.
Yeah, I was going to say you kind of like going out there, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's good to go play someone different, and then we're playing teams that if we advance in the tournament that we could potentially face.
Mm-hmm.
South Prairie has been one of the best teams in Division A since it's been put together. We played them the first 2 years of Division A, and if we would have been fortunate enough to advance, that's somebody that we would see.
You might have seen, yeah.
But we played 2 good teams in Bottineau and Dickinson Trinity. Trinity made it to state last year.
Yeah.
So two good programs to start the season off with.
So a nice win there against Bottineau to start the season off with, a 63-41 victory for the Lady Huskies. You must have had some pretty good scoring outputs from some of the girls.
It was a good first game for us, because we don't.
Is Bottineau Class B?
No, Bottineau's A. They're in Region 3.
Okay.
And they've been, very good over here the last couple of years. They lost some seniors this year, but they're a good, solid program. They've been consistent, and it's a good first game for us.
Mm-hmm.
A game going into, we're a totally different team than we were last year.
Sure you are.
We lost 5 seniors, and we've got some girls who are going to play a lot of minutes who haven't played meaningful minutes. They've played, like Claire Wood. She's played a lot of varsity minutes if you look at it, but she hasn't played a lot of meaningful in crunch time. She was in spots or whatever, but now, hey, you're the only post that we have. So it's like, she has to figure out a way to be dominant,
Sure.
and I think that she's a player that could be dominant for us. And then, we've got girls in our starting lineup that haven't started and played here and there last year, but haven't started a varsity game before.
Yeah.
In Gracie Falk and Cambry Malk. So those 2 girls are eyes wide, for the start of the game or whatever. And I think it takes a little bit for those guys to settle in and get comfortable in that role of starting or whatever it is. And and then we have Claire Langenwalter, who also started for us, who was a part-time starter for us last year. And then Piper Nelson, who was in her second year of varsity as an 8th grader. She started every game last year as a 7th grader, but it's just different. She's a different player now than she was last year. And I think the makeup of our team is totally different. We, for many, many years, this is my 16th year, we've been kind of a 2-post team, and we try and attack the middle as much as we can, get teams in foul trouble, and kind of play in the paint a little bit. But this year, we don't really have that paint presence. I mean, Claire's a paint presence and can be a force inside.
Claire Woods.
Claire Woods, yeah.
Yep.
But we're kind of guard-centric now. Even some of our forwards, if you want to call them forwards, they're really guards. Cambry Malk's a guard, really, but we have her playing forward,
Yeah.
Because we have to. Same with Gracie Falk. She's a guard, but we kind of have her playing a little bit of forward. So, our mindset has to be a little bit different of how we approach the game. And I think the girls that we have on the team, their mindset is also different than what we've been in the past. They kind of get after it, and we like that as
That's
coaches.
good.
We like that, and they work really well together. I mean, as a team, you have to be, but they like playing together, and you can kind of see it when they're out there on the floor and things like that, and that brings just a different vibe to the team, and I think that's going to be really beneficial for us.
So you mentioned it, that kind of brought up a question to me there, that in the past you've gone as a 2-post team, and now you're maybe into a 1-post team, or you got to play a lot of smalls, if you will, during the game. How does that change your and Coach Brewer's coaching strategies when you're substituting and doing things? Does that change anything in there?
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily change the substituting. It just changes the way that we operate. Yeah. We put some things in that are more 4 out, 1 in, instead of having 2 in. We put in, maybe a little bit different motion to give our guards more 3-point opportunities. You know what I mean? Like that, in the past, we weren't a 3-point shooting team. We just weren't. We just haven't had that luxury. Well, this year,
now you've got some shooters.
We've got some shooters. I mean, we've been, the first 2 games we shot over 33% from behind the 3-point line, and there's been times where we're 10%. And we shot it really well in our first game. We shot almost 50% for the game, and there's times where we're down around that 29% and things like that. So there's some good trade-offs with having being post-centric. And kind of going outside and having some girls that can shoot it. So like in our first game, we didn't really know who was going to score for us. We thought that Claire could score and Piper can score. Sometimes it's difficult for your point guard to be a scoring guard, but she can score. But we had 9 girls score in our first game, and we had 3 girls in double figures. Claire had 17, Claire Woods had 17, Piper had 17, and Ella Langenwalter off the bench had 12. So for us to get in that first game 3 girls in double figures right there, and to get 9 players in the scoring column, I think that's really good, because that says to us that, we don't really have to be dependent on 1 or 2 players. and get stuck on trying to get them the ball. You know, we can move the ball around. It can go inside. It can come back out, and we can knock down a shot. You know, if you were to look at the stats for the game against Botno, like I said, we shot 49% field goal percentage, 35% from behind the 3-point line. You want to be above 30%, and we were 0.90 for points per possession. That's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, the only thing that we didn't do well in that first game was we turned the ball over 27 times.
Oh, no.
You know, so, you know, for as well as we played, you know, there was still room for improvement.
Did Botno do full court pressure?
They had some pressure on us, you know, but a lot of our turnovers are from not used to being in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, just not used to being in the moment and having the ball and having to have the ball. You know, we like I said, we've been fortunate to have, you know, last year we had 2 all-region players, 1 player that was, you know, senior athlete of the year. You know, you have those type of players, they have the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, hey, get the ball to, you know, get the ball to Scout or get the ball to Hallie, and then let's see what they do. And now it's not like that. It's anybody who's on the floor for us can score.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good problem for us to have, and I think that's going to be difficult for teams to scout against us, to say, okay, well, who do we really want to take away?
Yeah.
Well, I don't take your choice here, and I think we have some way to make up for what they're taking away.
That's good, because that's something to look forward to for the Lady Huskies.
I think so.
You had a tough game against Dickinson Trinity. I know you told me off air, you know, in the last couple of days we've had a few conversations, and you had the lead, and then the free throw line kind of got to you.
Well, we led. I mean, again, we led almost the entire game. Okay, when we were up by as many as 13, and we were up by 7 with 6:05 to play. Okay, and then if I go and look at the stat sheet when the stats come back, you know, we didn't shoot it as well as we did in the first game, but we were still almost 40% from the floor. And I think the reason why we didn't shoot as well is because, you know, we took more 3-pointers in that game. We took 21 3-pointers against Trinity. We made 7, so it's still 33% from behind the 3-point line. But I think shot selection wasn't as good. You know, I think they played zone. They played some zone, so I think we settled for shots that we didn't need to really settle for. And I think that's why our shooting percentage came down. If we would have kind of made them play a little bit of defense, go inside, come out, we get a better 3-pointer than we took early in the shot clock. But if I keep going down the stats, you know, shooting that way, and then I get the points per possession, we were 0.97.
Wow,
dude, it's almost perfect. Like, you want to be at 1.
Yeah,
right?
1 anyway.
Hey, we're at 0.97, and then we lost the game, and we only had 10 turnovers.
Wow.
Yeah. So if I look at those stats, you know, I'd be like, oh, you know, we won that game.
We should win that game.
Yeah, but we were 4 for 12 from the free throw line.
The stripe hurt you.
Yeah, and they were pretty efficient on their side. They shot 50% from the floor, okay, and they shot 46% from 3-point line.
Wow.
And they were 0.97 points per possession as well. So I mean, so we played pretty well all around. If you look at a stat sheet, if you were to just look at our side of that, I'd go, geez, man, we should have won. We played well, but we only had 2 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah.
And we had 8 in the second half, and they were those catastrophic type turnovers, you know. And we had one late that allowed them to take the lead. And again, I think that really is from us not having just varsity time on the floor as a group, because you get down to crunch time and it is, okay, who's gonna take this shot? You know, if we don't get our first option, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And I think that was a little bit of what happened. And to be honest, Joe, I mean, we had a shot at the end. We had a wide open shot at the end.
Oh.
I'll take it all day long. We're gonna make some of those. We're gonna miss some of those. So we gave ourselves a chance to win the game, even though, you know, we were ahead by 13 or whatever. We gave ourselves a chance to win the game. We had a shot at the end, and it just didn't go in. But again, we had 7 girls score in that game too. Now we didn't have 3 in double figures, Claire Woods led us with 15. Piper had 9. And then Ashlyn Max had 7. So Ashlyn's a 7th grader who's getting her first varsity minutes. And she came in the Bottineau game. We put her in a situation where we could run something specifically to get her a shot because we think that she can shoot it a little bit. And I'm telling you, for a 7th grader to come in and to knock down her first 2 varsity shots on cue, I thought it was pretty good. And then she came back the next night against Trinity and did the same thing. So, you know, I think that we have some pieces, and it's going to be, you know, a matter of getting these girls on the floor together and playing together and finding what the rhythm is and what each person's role is and being comfortable with the ball. Like, everybody has to be comfortable with the ball. We can't say, I don't want it, here, you take it. Everybody has to be comfortable with it. And I think that once we get there, I think offensively we'll be fine because, to be honest, I think Coach Brewer and I looked at each other and we're like, well, how are we going to score? You know, we were like, how are we going to get to 50? Yeah. You know, how are we going to get there? Yeah. And I think we're going to be okay there. And I also think that defensively, this team can be different than what we've been in the past. Like I said earlier, they really, really get after it. And I think once we get all of our defensive stuff in, we're still early in the season here, and once we're able to change defenses, we already apply pretty good pressure in man-to-man, but once we're able to mix some things up, I think we can give some teams some problems. And, you know, I'm all about getting better with each game and being ready come late February, early March.
Well, you're going to get your first Region 1 test tomorrow night in a makeup game. It was scheduled for last night. It's been postponed till tomorrow night. So hopefully tomorrow night, Three Borders Sports Network will have the Lisbon game on here. So
I hope
first
so.
Region 1 game.
Yeah, we need a game here. You know, we don't have very many games in this year left.
In December, yeah.
So you know, we want to kind of keep rolling and not have a big gap here. You know, and if we can get, you know, put a mark on the good side here in Region 1, that'll be good for us. Then we go on the road up to Four Winds, who's a good team who has a really good player. In Surrey Gord, we play 8 of the top 10 returning scorers in Division A this year. So, and we play 6 of the top preseason 10 teams.
I was going to say, you got Valley City before Christmas break,
and a couple of those are in our region. So our schedule's not of the easy kind. Region 1's already tough, you know, and then some of the crossover games that we're playing are pretty tough too. But I think it'll help us as we go on throughout the season. We'll find out, you know, what we're made of and what we really have to do to be competitive and who needs to do what. And I think it's going to be fun. I really do. I think these girls, you know, win or lose, are going to have a good time on the floor, and I think it's going to be fun to watch.
That is going to be fun to watch, and we'll see it firsthand tomorrow night. So the Lady Huskies taking on Lisbon tomorrow night. Scheduled for 7 p.m., correct?
Yeah, Lisbon does not have 3 teams, and they're kind of shorthanded. A lot of girls' teams are shorthanded this year. The numbers are down across the state and across the country, really. You know, Kindred only has 8 girls on their varsity team. So, you know, and Lisbon, they're a little shorthanded. So
that says a lot for Kindred.
It really does. And there's a lot of teams that on their varsity roster, they only have 10, 12 girls. So they're not able to put a C squad on the floor, and they're trying to save, you know, quarters for girls. Sure. Yep. So we're only going to play half of a JV game, and we're going to play some of our JVC players. So that JV game will start at 6:15, and then the varsity game is scheduled for 7.
All right.
It'll probably start 20 minutes after that first game. So
okay. Yep. I don't think it'll start before 7.
No, it won't start before 7.
No.
But you know, it'll take half an hour or so to play that first game, and then we'll be in that 20-minute window. So you know, we'll be good.
All right, Coach Watson and the Lady Huskies taking on Lisbon tomorrow night right here on Three Borders Sports Network. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll have our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week.
Let's do that.
Right after this on Three Borders Sports Network. Back after this.
Trendy, custom, yours. Check us out at comfyvibesco.com.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with Health Pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Every morning, we start our day with a purpose. To care for each other. Beyond hospital or clinic walls. Helping people feel seen and heard. Because family, friends, and community mean everything to us.
This is who we are, and this is what we care about.
Hey there! So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
that means all the money that we make
cha-ching
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Comdell Innovate.
Welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show. We're going to wrap this thing up, put a bow on it, and wish everybody a happy holiday season. And we're just about done here for the year for the Coaches Show, anyway.
We are done.
Yeah.
This is our only one. This is our. Well, I should say it's our only one. It's our last one of the year.
2025.
Yeah.
2025. So
yeah.
Chad came in from the green room to sit with us. So I'm holding my microphone here so we can kind of hear him if he has anything to say.
I want to see what kind of rating you're going to get from Yards on your green room hosting skills.
Yeah.
Because I think he's going to.
The only one that he offered a water to was Grace. So
I know, and he didn't even have the TV on.
No, he didn't.
So
no.
Yeah.
Busy back. It was busy. I didn't have time to turn the TV on.
There's a lot of responsibility when you come down here, Chad. It's not, you don't just get to come down here and just sit on the couch.
And eat snacks.
You know, and eat snacks.
I ate some snacks.
Like Yards does. So
he helped himself to a water.
Yeah.
I had water.
Yeah. We appreciate it though, Chad.
Yeah, we do. We appreciate all you do with helping us through everything too, Chad.
Busy week.
It is a busy. Well, it would have been a busy week, but now it's all at the end of the week.
Instead of the beginning.
Yeah.
So we got tonight, and then we got tomorrow night. We got Lady Huskies in Lisbon, and then on Friday we got the Breck Boys in Frazee.
Yep.
Should be fun.
Should be. Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
Then we got our harvest party. Oh no, that's not you guys.
No, that's you.
Yeah, our
He's
farm
a farmer.
celebration is on Saturday. So.
He's a farmer too. Yeah.
How many parties? It seems like they have a party almost every month.
You know how farmers are.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a good time.
Yeah, I know. They don't want people to know that.
Yeah,
they want people to know
it. The reason I didn't get to go down to the U.S. Bank for the championship game was because I was in Wisconsin deer hunting.
He was deer hunting.
Having a party there.
Having a party because he got a deer. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Yeah.
It's cold out.
You think it's cold today? Wait till the weekend.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's no good.
Below zero.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Yeah. I think when I go home, I'm gonna have to snow blow the end of my driveway.
Well, I suppose. Yeah,
I didn't get to do it this morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Might be. Sure, it's gonna blow. That might be a.
I gotta. Hey, my snowblower. My snowblower.
It's cold out. That might have.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I got it under control.
Okay.
I got it under control, Chad. Come on now.
Is Tucker going to come down and spend an evening with us for Coach's Show?
I don't know if we could keep Tucker under control, though.
No?
Well, I shouldn't say that. I should
stay
no,
away from everybody.
I shouldn't say that. I would say that if there's a lot of people around, he would probably be just right underneath the desk here.
Yeah.
That's where he's at when I'm here by myself. I got a bed for him and stuff. He won't even lay in the thing. I'm like, come on, dude. Just get in your bed. He's like, right underneath me. So, I don't know.
He's a nice dog, though.
So, yeah, he's a good dog.
You adopted him, so that was a good
Yes,
thing.
we did. Yes,
Saved
yes,
him from
yes.
the shelter.
So we have one of 3 that we have. The other
was gonna say
two,
it, yeah.
the other two. I don't want to say anything because then my wife will get on me. But yeah, they're golden doodles. The other 2, yeah. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week, and that's coming up here right after we cut away here. And our Comdale Innovation, did she already send you a message? Or
No,
something?
that's the arts. He said he gives Chad a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
4, huh?
So you got some work to do.
I got some work to do. Yeah.
He has high standards, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Comdale Innovation Play of the Week. We had a game last week against Pelican Rapids, and we came up with the Play of the Week.
yeah, we
out
did
of that game.
out of the Cowgirls.
So we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because the Coaches Show won't be back till after the first of the year.
That's right. We'll see you in 2026.
Yeah, on the Coaches Show. But
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow night and Friday night and the rest of the year. Check out our website, www.threebordersportsnetwork.com.
You could have just said threebordersportsnetwork.com with the number
Everybody
3.
knows that www is there.
For years, people know that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's okay, Chad. It's okay. He's still got
That's
the
3 with the number 3, by the
yeah,
way.
he's still.
That's
Hey, you
3
still got a rotary phone at home?
Yeah.
See what I mean?
I still walk up and turn the channel on.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Take a
do.
knob on the TV
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
yeah.
you got rabbit ears. Yeah,
With aluminum
you
foil.
only get 3 channels too, right?
But yeah.
See?
Well, KVRR once in a while.
Yeah, it's all snowy and static.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's okay.
So once in a while.
Yeah.
All right, our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week. And we'll wrap it up for Brian, Chad, myself, Yards, homesick, and Noel Ackroth will be on the air with me hopefully tomorrow night here for the Lady Huskies game tomorrow night. And we'll bid you adieu. And here is our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week. And Mariah Coltis will control it. She'll tip it back to Piper. Piper Janing, look at that drive with the left hand, Brian.
Well,
that's the way to start it out.
That's a good way to start. Little ball screen out front, drive and put it in.
Comdale Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdaleInnovation.com. Comdale Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Abby Johnson with the home run, just about to straight away center field.
Thank you.